What's up, guys? I'm Chris,
I'm Sean,
and this is the Whiskey Noobs.
All right, so Keith is pouring us some of our Texas whiskey that we've gotten. I've gone down there recently, and he's carefully trying not to over pour, but we don't mind at this point.
Yeah, so I've had the Texas Blended,
Yeah,
which is one of those get you in trouble whiskeys.
it is very, very candy, very smooth at the same
it's
time.
delicious.
Yeah, Chris loves it.
Yeah, I was sitting here one night, and I messaged Sean, and I'm like, man, this stuff is good. I sent him a picture of the bottle. It was half gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got into it, and it's just so smooth. So I'm kind of interested to see what...
And on that note, I opened this a couple of days ago, and this is, other than what I drank in about a 5-hour period, this is all we've poured. So I had about a third of the bottle in one sitting. So, but I'm curious to see what they think of it.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin Keith's
so we want to let Keith do it and then see what he thinks. Now I have some thoughts on the nose that have you tasted it? Did you taste it?
I couldn't wait.
Okay.
So me first.
Yeah, by all means, please.
So on the nose, it felt good.
Yeah.
Like I was good with the nose. It felt nice and soft.
So the proof on that is 90, right at 90 proof. So.
Yeah, it didn't have a huge burn. I mean, which is surprising after being 90 proof.
Yeah.
It's only 45%. So I mean, this is like the starting.
Okay.
Starting.
So that's why I didn't have that big of a burn.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. And then I tasted it all the way to the back of my mouth. Had a little bit of a burn, but not that good of a taste.
Okay.
It's hard for me to explain the taste of it because I haven't drank a lot of it, but it was good to the extent of it didn't burn all the way down.
So it's smooth for you.
Yeah,
like,
it
was
was
something
smooth.
you've mentioned that you like is that smooth feeling.
Yeah.
And everything.
So I've had the blended.
I've
had the blended.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the blended is super sweet.
It is
like candy.
It is. Yeah, it's like drinking
this
sugary
is
candy.
Not.
No, it's a bourbon for sure.
This is
a little more complex than
this. Is bitter.
It's
bitter.
very oaky. It's very oaky.
It's very. I get some coffee notes from it.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's spicy. It's.
The nose
I don't
for
think
me.
whiskey can be flat. I mean, it's not like a soda, but it tastes kind of flat. Like Now keep in mind, guys, we've had lots of whiskeys tonight. We're recording this, little clip. We're just having fun at this point.
Yep.
We're drinking whiskey, and we're gonna roll the camera because we don't want to waste footage.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of whiskey tonight, so maybe my palate's been ruined.
I get some toffee. It's not super sweet, and you like sweet, okay? So for you, sweet is the big thing. It's not super sweet for me, but I taste some toffee. I taste some coffee, the bitter coffee, the oak, and everything. But the nose on this reminds me, and you've got it up on your shelf, of the Balcones. I don't know if you can get that smell, but there's a Texas whiskey smell. Balcones is also done in Texas, and it's got that. It's just got kind of a funky smell to it. Like just there's a funk to it.
To me, the Balcones gets that funky smell from the single malt. And this doesn't have any mention of being single malt or anything along those lines.
It doesn't, but it's still. When I smell this, and it reminds me of a Balcones. Like if I was probably doing a blind on this, I would think it at first maybe it could be.
So you guys
now we have to compare them because I don't think it tastes anything.
But y'all don't like the bitterness. Y'all do not like bitter.
Typically, I don't dislike bitter, and this one I obviously like because in one night I took a third of it,
which is very weird.
Yeah.
Because I just now started drinking this stuff, and the only thing that I've liked is the bitter whiskey,
and that's okay. Yeah, but I mean that might be your jam, and that's that. There's nothing wrong with it. There are a lot of complex good whiskeys out there that are not sweet, and they don't have to be sweet.
Yeah,
that's what your brother really likes as a sweet. I don't dislike sweet. I really enjoy that.
Yeah,
but there's some flatter stuff as far as on the flavor profile that delivers some different spiciness, some different oaky, more earthy tones, stuff like that.
Right.
More oily that I do enjoy. So we're going to try the Balcones, which is also a different company.
You got a clean glass over there, Sean?
I don't. No, but I can make it clean. Hold on.
You good? I'm good.
Now I do. But that's why we're gonna spontaneously try the Balcones here because on the nose now Balcones is made with blue corn, as opposed to a yellow corn, which is very interesting for sure.
That's a yellow corn.
What?
Portion.
Or white corn?
Oh, did I not pour Sean one? Oh, I'm sorry. This yours? This Sean's?
Yeah, Sean's.
Oh, we're leaving me out of this?
No, I'm not sure. Sean actually brought this back for me from Texas.
I did.
And he said, what do you want? I said, I'll give me a Balcones. And he said, which one? And I said,
There's like
I don't know.
8.
Just
No,
grab
I
one.
don't know. There's
So he
a
brought
lot.
me back the Balcones Baby Blue, and he brought me back the Texas Blended. And initially, I didn't like the Balcones. The neck pour on it wasn't that great.
It wasn't. It had a very different nose to it on the scents and the
Man,
profile.
that smells so good.
But it's got a good
Now,
place.
hey-
Now, I'm really interested to hear what Keith has to say on that.
Yeah, it smells disgusting.
That is a word that.
Well, and
So what?
I don't
what
mean
smells
that in a bad
disgusting
way.
about it? I'm just curious.
This
yeah.
is very, very strong.
It is. It has
Right.
a lot of notes to it. A
Oh,
lot
man.
of notes.
And this makes me not want to drink it, but I
And
will.
you might be surprised when you drink it. I'm just gonna
Okay.
tell you that. So
You're right. You're right.
did I not? Very
right.
oaky. Very yep.
The bitter's there, the
Yep.
little bit of coffee.
Yep. Not the same at all, but
No,
They're-
they're definitely different. And there's more sweet in the single malt.
yeah. Now here's something that I learned. I used to own a pizza place, right? And here's something I learned when you're making
Why
like
do I keep
pizza
saying
dough.
single malt? It's pot distilled. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's pot distilled. Here's what I learned: where you're at and the water you use to make foods and alcohol with means everything. And I'm interested because these both come from Texas, and they have that same
Could be.
notes on the nose, that flavor profile. And I'm wondering if the water has anything to do with that.
Did it
because-
taste as bad as it smelled?
Oh yeah, we didn't. What do you think is on the taste?
The smell was a lot worse than the taste.
I told you it would
And
be.
and
Yep.
I could drink it. Don't get me wrong, I could.
This has a little bit of funk on it.
But
It does.
It would never.
It's not monkey shoulder
It's-
funky.
No, it's
But it's got some
scotchy.
funk on it.
It's
Scotchy.
so hard for me to get past that smell. It's so hard.
Well, and the thing is,
But it has
you know,
the
so
coffee
much
for
of your
sure.
taste is smell.
yeah.
So I mean, once you've
Yeah.
got that smell in there, it's never gonna taste.
Well, and
good.
then once you swallow it, it comes back up like through your nasal cavity, and you smell it
You
again.
get some extra stuff.
and
Yep.
it just kind of
Yep.
ruins the whole experience to
So-
me. It's not my biggest thing.
I love it.
Wouldn't be
I love
me.
it. Yeah.
Mm.
But
I-
the taste definitely probably surprised you a little bit. based
No.
off the smell, right?
As soon as
Flatten out
it
a
hit the
little bit.
tongue,
Yep.
middle of the tongue, back to the back
Yep.
of the tongue, it tasted great.
Mhm.
But as
That's
soon
that-
as I
that oaky-
swallowed,
yeah, that
and,
oaky flatness,
and I
yeah.
could feel it come, the air come
I
back
love
up.
it. I love
Then
it.
it was just a little bit too much.
So,
Guys, if you haven't tried the Balcones Baby Blue, this stuff's unique. I like
It is.
whiskeys that are unique, that stand out.
the story on it's unique. Research the history too.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
you got
yeah.
into,
Come on, they
yeah.
started making this stuff under a bridge.
Yeah.
and that in itself is cool enough.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to be on here for the first episode, because I want to learn things like that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, that's the thing
And-
about whiskey is it is so full of cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And,
all got its story.
You know, there's all kinds of science, there's history, geography.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Sean was talking about the type of water that's used. There's so much cool stuff that you'll learn about whiskey that makes it interesting that you can share. And the thing is, Sean and I buy whiskey to share.
Yeah.
Like,
do.
we buy whiskey to share, we buy whiskey to drink.
Yeah, I don't hoard mine.
I don't know where I saw it, you know, but someone said that they have a selection, not a collection.
Yeah.
And that's what I've got. If you come to my house and you see a bottle on my shelf and you want to
We'll try
try it, I don't care if it's not open. We'll crack it open and we'll try it.
Whiskey is meant to drink. I have some select picks that Chris and I drank the other day, a Yellowstone and a Maker's Mark from our local ABC that, you know, you may think, oh man, I don't want to open that because you'll never get it again. Man, I can't imagine not opening it.
Yeah, you got to open it up. Open
Yeah.
the whiskey up, enjoy it.
And
Yeah.
I just want to say something that this has a nose to it that some scotches have, a little peaty, kind of a smoky that I get, and I get the same smell.
They have a single malt. which is why I'm referring to.
And that, yeah,
See, we need to
and
pick
that
up
would
a
make
bottle of
sense.
the single malt.
But Keith, you've ever drank tequila and smelled tequila?
I have.
Okay, I get a tequila smell from that. Smell the bottle.
Really?
Tell me if you Scotch is the same way for me. I call it tequila whiskey because it just it's the honest noob thing,
man,
but I get a little
the
tequila
oils
off
in
it.
that
Do you get that at all?
I got a lot of syrup smell. From
Okay,
it.
you got syrupy smell. Okay, I get a little tequila from it. That's just me.
You don't get syrupy from that?
I could see syrup.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a maple
A little
syrup.
maple.
Yeah.
Okay, got some mapley. Yeah,
Well, see, maple is a flavor that some people get from bourbons.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, you know,
See, I'm getting
from whiskey,
I'm
so-
getting a big maple syrup, and I hate maple syrup. I'm a Cairo syrup
I might call you a
kinda guy.
communist on camera.
Did you just say you're a Cairo syrup kind of guy?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
my papa was a Cairo syrup
Okay.
kind of guy. Dude.
Yeah,
Don't-
like, I'm-
don't diss
I'm-
my
Get
papa.
up next thing you start talking about hot toddies.
No,
Like,
no. I'm clear syrup all the way.
The corn syrup. So, yeah. But so having said that, trying both of these side by side and
They are
having
similar.
Keith do it too.
they're similar. I gotta say though, of the two of them, I would take the Balcones.
Take the Balcones, yeah. Yeah, the Balcones definitely has more sweet in it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, in the complexity, I enjoy the Texas
The
bourbon.
color's pretty
I
pretty.
think
I enjoy
I
that
think it's the
Texas
Texas-
bourbon.
this just had too much of the
Stuff you don't like.
the
Mm-hmm.
after.
I don't like funk.
I just
Which is interesting because, you know, when you were talking about bitter flavors, I was kind of excited about maybe he's a Scotch guy.
He might
And-
still be.
And then, you know,
He might
so we
still
got to
be.
find a Scotch that's bitter but not funky.
Later episode.
Yeah.